It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the football team and the Saints, next on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Washington football team and the New Orleans Saints. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On second down now, it's Porter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Barber. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. .37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He wants to find a way to set that aside and advance his team.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, Could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. 54 yards. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat in the drive when we get at the 25-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll run on first down. Porter, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So great throw right there, and what a regular season this rookie had, piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title, and they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in him as you professed. So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip.
So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line...
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, Barber. He finds his man, complete. It's Barker, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 3rd down, Barber. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. To throw on second down, Eubanks. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hoffman. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1. Heavy set out there on third and 1. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Throwing again. Eubanks. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And to give this time to the tailback. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. From the gun on third down, Eubanks. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On first down, it's Porter, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Barber. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. Barber going for the deep ball.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on 1st down. Eubanks. He finds his man, complete. That's Barnett. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down here by the Saints. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Eubanks. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. A 5-yard gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
To throw on 3rd down, Barber. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
Throw complete to the tight end, Morgan. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On 1st down, Eubanks. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hoffman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Barber. Throw left side complete. That's Barker. 3 yards the gain there. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Barber, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big-time play there for New Orleans.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything that they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the gun, Barber. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Chase Young
In there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So the third drives the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Eubanks throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, Eubanks. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Eubanks. He finds his man. Complete. It's Morgan.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 1st down. Eubanks. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eubanks finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now here's a carry heading left. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Well, the Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
On 1st down, Barber. He finds his man, complete. It's Porter. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be a 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Barber. He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Saints have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. And for as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Point after try forthcoming. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Eubanks. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
On 1st and 10, Eubanks. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Eubanks. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnett. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw. Eubanks. He finds his man. Complete. That's Logan. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 52 yards.
And Washington has taken the lead.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Saints 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Barber got his man complete over the middle. That's Hampton. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's a 2nd down. Off play action. Barber. He finds his man complete. That's Porter. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
A lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they'd struggled throughout this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Porter. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, it's Shepard. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Barber. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Eubanks. He finds his man, complete. It's Morgan. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. On 3rd down, Eubanks. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to kick it away. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
the bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. To throw on second down. Barber over the middle, complete. It's Porter. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
They'll run on first down. Porter. And some strong running. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Porter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And to give this time to the tailback. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Now a handoff here to his running back. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Throwing on first down. Barber. He finds his man. Complete. That's Porter. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 7 from the 20. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Looking to throw. Barber. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 9.
Back to throw. Barber. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he won't quite make it to the 25. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, Eubanks. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Eubanks. He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, nice move. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Barber. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Barber. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. On 1st down, Barber. And incomplete on the deep ball. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw. Barber. And that is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Barber. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And this wild card game, folks, it has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the 4th, so they know they need at least 3 on this incredibly critical drive as they start out 1st and 10.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Eubanks. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
3 yards, all they can muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barber. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Barber. He finds his man, complete. It's Porter. That catch good for only a couple. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
To throw on 2nd down. Barber. And he's got his man in stride. Complete.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there. Gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Back to throw. Barber. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Barber. He finds his man. Complete. That's Young. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe. Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it? Yep. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Porter. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, it's Porter. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.